Our girl Candace Owens destroys loser Chris Cuomo. They're debating voter fraud and, photo IDs. Yeah, we probably should have photo IDs, considering that you need one to buy alcohol, to buy ZQuil. You literally need an ID to buy ZQuil, okay? So I think you should be required to have an ID to vote. Thank you. Anyways, let's get into it. It's a good one. By the way, make sure you subscribe. I post 2 new videos every single day. Like this video, comment, do it all. Help me with the algorithm because YouTube wants to censor your favorite. Let's go.
Because it's not about, you don't get an ID because you want to engage with government. You get an ID because you want to drive. You get an ID because you're 19 and you're 21 and you want to have your first drink. You get an ID because you quite literally need an ID to do so many things in society.
That's true.
So forget it. You wouldn't say that people that are in a lower socioeconomic class are never drinking, are never driving, are never doing all of the other things that are required, never seeing a movie that's above PG-16. You need an ID to do so much in life. So you're focusing, this is the lie. You're saying, well, they don't tend to vote. That might be true. That might definitely be true.
No, they don't tend to have IDs.
That's not why they're getting an ID. That's not why they're getting an ID. So
I understand.
They're just lying.
I understand. I don't think it's a lie. It could be wrong. It could be a false assumption.
If it's wrong, then it's a lie. If you keep saying it, if it's wrong and you keep saying it, it becomes a lie, right?
No, that's only
There's no black people that are not getting their IDs. I came from a low socioeconomic background. I got my driver's license when I was 16 years old because I wanted to drive and pick up my boyfriend.
I get it. And
those are the reasons people get IDs. That's simple. I love you too.
I get it. What I'm saying is 2 things can be true at once. The argument is exactly what I'm saying it is, okay? The reason the big states don't have it is because of this argument, that they say that there is a disproportionate impact on people from lower socioeconomic rungs that do not get it. One, we do know for a fact that poor people that live in more populated areas drive at a much lower rate than other people, so maybe they don't have the license. That's the argument. I'm not saying you have to value the argument. The other argument is we need IDs for everything that we do. Why would we do this? The argument now to your question, which is why don't we do it online? Okay, so I ran with this idea. Like 7 years ago, when we came out of the hanging Chad thing that allowed me to spend a great amount of my time in your state, in Jacksonville specifically, about the hanging Chads, the 2000 election and all, I was like, wow, this is such a stupid system. Why don't we just do this the way everything in my life is on here? Pay my mortgage, my money doesn't exist. Right? I mean, I'm not my grandparents. I don't have 50 Savarin cans, which was an instant coffee, in my basement that has my savings in it. I don't put money under my mattress. I don't even know where it is. And I'm okay with that. But we can't vote. And I got crushed by all of these security and intelligence people saying, oh, the fraud that would happen, the chance of fraud. And I said, but we have like the easiest system to beat in the world. The stat they hit me with was the voter ID states do not have better rates, or let's say lower rates of voter fraud than the states without ID. So it doesn't really make a difference.
That is the fraud.
But I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I ran with this. I believe in this. I believe that voting should be as easy and immediate as possible. I think that voting should not be one day. I think that voting, if it is going to be on that one day.
Oh my gosh, imagine. Yeah, we need to make voting easier so even more lazy and stupid people can go freaking affect the outcome of our nation. Yeah, no thank you, idiot Cuomo. Oh, gosh.
That one day should be a vacation day for everybody in America so that they can go out and vote. I believe in early voting.
Yeah, because we need more vacations. America is so fat and lazy and disgusting. We need to get the F up, work, bitch.
I believe in online voting. I believe that we should have as many
online voting. Yeah, okay, that's secure. That's secure.
Many people voting as possible so we make it as easy as possible. Now I'm going to tell you something, and you're not going to like it, but that's not my problem. It is not even this issue. It's not both sides of the aisle. The right, until voter ID, has consistently been against anything that would increase who votes.
Okay,
I think there are reasons for that. But I am in favor of this.
Can I ask you a yes or no?
Yes or no?
Ready? Can we play that game again?
Yes.
Should Americans be required to have ID to vote? Chris, yes or no?
No. And I'll tell you why.
Wow.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Until I see fraud rates that go along with the distinction, I don't believe that you make a simple pitch. Then my answer is no. And my answer is no because I don't believe I don't believe you want the government having even more control over.
Oh my gosh, this is like my biggest pet peeve is when freaking liberals cherry pick when they want small government. I just talked about this with the Call Her Daddy Kamala horror episode. Yeah, all of a sudden Democrats want small government when it comes to voting and abortion. All of a sudden, no. Those are like the only two things that make sense for the government, protecting life and protecting our elections. Yeah. Gosh.
So okay, that's fine. I'm glad you're being honest. I just want to say, if you are a Black or Hispanic American, please somebody find me the Black or Hispanic American who does not work, because you need an ID to get a W-T form, get set up, they ask you for your ID, who does not vote, who does not drink, who does not drive or drive somebody else's car. This person does not exist. It does not travel. You can't get on a plane without it. This person does not exist, okay? So it is the lie that they tell so that they can rig our elections by having a bunch of people who are not Americans coming in and voting. And
Where's the proof that happens?
Everybody knows that, okay?
How can you know what we've never been shown? Where is the fraud? Where are the fake votes?
And the idea that any person will get up and say to you that they do not believe that you should have an ID to vote. I'm not even gonna characterize what you just said.
But you backed it up by saying that we know that all these people vote who aren't supposed to. Where's the proof of that?
We understand the voting rolls. There's dead people on the voting rolls, and this has been proven
every time.
How can you deny this, Chris?
They measure this with billions and billions of vote checks. And anybody here or Magic Rob, go up and find different for me on the internet. They look and they see that the amount of fraud in elections is de minimis, which is beyond a level of action. We just went through this.
Okay, let me ask a question a different way.
Chris,
let me ask.
Hang on.
Let me ask a question a different way. Let me ask a question a different way. Chris, here's a question. You and I run a nightclub.
Yes.
Okay, it's 21 and over.
Need an ID.
Why?
Because otherwise you can't tell whether they're over 21. And they're worried about the liability.
What about you can't tell whether they're American?
Show me proof.
Listen,
show me proof.
I get the arguments. I get what the arguments are.
No, Chris. This to me is more.
Yes.
No, it's common sense. It's for me to. Okay.
So why do you think that they don't do it again? Because you agree with Candace that the reason they don't require ID is because they want a lot of illegal votes and to manipulate the system.
A lot of
all the watchdogs from the right that follow this issue have just never been able to prove it.
Well, you're racist if you say something.
Of everything Candace said, about IDs was for me to be able to get a driver's license, for me to be able to get a drink, for me to be able to do this, for me to be able to do that.
I agree.
For me, it's a different reason on why you need a driver. It's for me to know who the hell you are. It's very different.
I totally get it.
I'm not interested in what, all that stuff that I get to do selfishly because I need the ID to do that. No. When you came in here right now, we have friends we respect a lot and we respect our guests. Did you guys all come through a metal detective, yes or no? Do you know how many cops and sheriff are around here right now? You know how much we spend on security right now to make sure they're safe and nobody can come in here where you're safe as well? Now, we're doing our part. We invest the resources there. Sheriff is very good with us. Cops are very good with us. But did you guys come in here? Did somebody walk you through, find out, verify, checking who you are, what you're doing? We have to do that. We got to go through that process.
I totally get
it. And by the way, this is not 1/1,000,000th of as important as an election, okay?
I agree.
This is just a podcast and a conversation. So for us to sit there and say, the idea isn't that important, brother, you're a very, very, people from your community and others will hear what you have to say and they may go with that as well. In a country without IDs and without being checked, you're not a country. You're not even a country club. You're not even a village. I don't even know what to call you, but you're definitely not a country.
Again. We're a constitutional republic. That's right. Less than 5% of Americans get that question.
He said banana republic.
It's also, it's not like they're hiding. When Biden Biden comes in, opens the border with Mayorkas the rat doing his dirty work. How many in the past 3 years we've had more illegals come into the country than children being born? Okay.
December of last year was more coming in than children being born.
And this is where it's that window of, I understand that the proof is when they're coming in, they're wearing Biden shirts and being told, we're voting for him because they're telling us to. Then Biden they admitted.
Then they'll be
last week,
easy to catch.
Yeah, well, but hold on though. Well, yeah, those 4. But think about this. And then Biden, they admitted last week, he flew in secretly 320,000 illegals across the country, which to me that's treason.
But it's brilliant, though. But it's brilliant from the perspective of spread the votes, not just in states you already have control over. You got to spread them other states that you don't have control over.
And then think about this, though. And Candace, you nailed it. And then if you say anything against them, it's you're racist. Mind you, and Nancy Pelosi was crying. She was also pissed off on MSNBC, or it might have been, MSNBC. And at the end, she goes, you know what really pissed me off about Biden?
Can you play that clip?
Rob.
I'm going to cut it off here because that's pretty much everything I wanted to get into. But Vinny's always great. Patrick Bet David's right. Chris Cuomo looks like a mother effing idiot, and I'm so confused why he's part of the network. It's very strange, but I think Chris Cuomo's on his way to getting red pilled, so stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you guys next time.